Why do two intelligent people look at the same world and draw completely different conclusions about God, morality, truth, and reality itself? The answer is worldview. Welcome to this new series on worldviews, where we'll explore the major philosophical systems people use to interpret reality. Today, we'll cover three questions. What is a worldview? Why do worldviews matter? And what are the seven major worldviews? A worldview is an intellectual lens through which people interpret reality. By analogy, the color of the lens strongly affects how a person sees the world around them. A worldview is more than just a religious opinion, it's a philosophical system that attempts to explain the facts of reality and how they fit together. Your worldview influences how you understand virtually everything: God, science, morality, human nature, purpose, truth, and even history itself. For example, how could an atheist ever believe that the Bible is the Word of God? You see, the atheist believes that there is no God. And if there is no God, then there cannot possibly be a Word of God. That's why worldviews matter so much. They shape how we interpret evidence before we even begin examining it. So let's briefly look at the seven primary worldviews: theism, atheism, pantheism, panentheism, deism, polytheism, and finite godism. This video is only a short introduction to each worldview, but future videos in the playlist will examine them in greater depth. First, theism. Theism is the worldview that an infinite personal God created the universe and miraculously intervenes in it from time to time. The three great theistic religions are Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Second, atheism. Atheism is the worldview that there is no God, either beyond the world or within it. Reality is purely natural. Third, pantheism. Pantheism is the belief that all is God. In this worldview, God is not a personal creator separate from the universe. Rather, the universe itself is divine. Most forms of Hinduism, many forms of Buddhism, and many New Age belief systems, such as Scientology, subscribe to some form of pantheistic thinking. Fourth, panentheism. Panentheism means all in God. Unlike theism, panentheism does not view God as the infinite creator, completely distinct from the universe. Instead, it sees God and the world as deeply interconnected. Here's a simple analogy to help break this down further. Theists would compare God's relation to the universe as a painting and a painter. The painter exists independently of the painting, but panentheists often compare God's relation to the world as the relationship between a mind and a body. The world is viewed as a part of God himself, the other part is his mind. Fifth, deism. Deism is the worldview that God created the universe but does not supernaturally intervene within it. Basically, it's theism without miracles. God made the universe, but then allowed it to fully operate on its own. Sixth, polytheism. Polytheism is the worldview that many finite gods exist. Examples include the gods of ancient Greece, Rome, Egypt, and many other religions, including Mormonism and Jehovah's Witnesses. Finally, finite godism. Finite godism is the belief that there's only one God, but that God is finite rather than infinite. So he's not all powerful, all knowing, or all loving. Now, obviously, each of these worldviews raises enormous questions. Does God exist? Are miracles possible? Is consciousness more than matter? What is human purpose? And how you answer those questions depends heavily on the worldview through which you see reality. So, if you're interested in exploring these worldviews more deeply, be sure to check out the rest of this playlist as future episodes are released. Thank you.